they're going to have this plan. And this plan is actually going to change because we are not even comparing the person who doesn't make a plan and the plan that the other person makes today. We're comparing this person who's made a plan and in 3 months' time realizes their plan was off course and they're going to recalculating. And then 3 months later, it's going to be the GPS going recalculating. And then 3 months later, it's going to be recalculating. And all of a sudden, each of these little milestones of financial security and stability, maybe they get a really, really solid savings base. Maybe they picked up a side hustle and said, I'm only going to do this for 6 months, but I am just going to break my back for 6 months. I am going to get an emergency fund. Great. They get the emergency fund. 3 months from now, they're like, oh, well, now that I have the emergency fund, I don't need this job anymore.
Right.
I can go get the right job, not the right now job. And they level up their career. Okay. Now that they've leveled up their career, they're like, wait, my company is actually going to match my 401k? Because my last company didn't do that. Now suddenly they're getting free money coming in the door. Now they're going to, oh, well, now that I'm really starting to prepare for retirement, like I can actually be in a position to have a conversation about marrying this person that I'm so in love with. They're starting to look at rings. Now they're looking, okay, well, now that I have some retirement savings, I'm investing in those. I have a career I like. I've built this emergency fund. Let's start talking about a family. And it's each of these iterations. It is not the plan you make today that changes your life. It's the plan that you make every single time you change the plan. And that iteration, this person who didn't make a plan is going to look in 10 years and this trajectory is going to look unfathomable because it is. You can't just, it's kind of like when they tell these like rock climbers, like you can't just climb up the sheer cliff face. You have to kind of zigzag back and forth. You have to like get to a little stopping point. That is exactly what we're doing here. You cannot just go straight up unless there's some sort of elevator that can take you there. And that is called generational wealth. And if you don't have it, you're kind of SOL at this point because you're either born with it or you're not. Unless you have an elevator, you are going to have to zig and zag. But everybody else looking out and zooming out from that picture is just going to see a straight line up.
Yeah, for me, I feel like 15, 17 years ago when I was broke on my sister's couch, I didn't understand money and I was afraid of it.
Yeah.
I talked about this on
We talked
your
about
show.
this on my podcast.
And it was really scary to me. It was really daunting. And I felt like it was a language that I didn't even comprehend. I barely understood it. I understood the basic words and that was about it. But I couldn't speak with anyone who was fluent about money.
Yeah.
And and I'm still 15, 17 years later, I guess I'm fluent in some ways, but now being married and having children, there's new levels of financial literacy that I'm still not educated in, that I still have to continue to invest and learn and figure out new game plans at this level for my future based on where my life is at now. It's different from 10, 15 years ago. And I'm constantly learning.
Do you even recognize that guy from 10 to 15?
Gosh, it is so unrecognizable. I'm so grateful that I had a plan because you're saying that and I'm thinking about myself back then. I'm like, okay, I have lots of friends that were broke, just like me. They're just like me at 24, 25, like, what are we doing?
Which, by the way, that's normal.
Yeah, of course, it's normal. Like what 22-year-old, 24-year-old has money? Unless your parents gave it to you, you don't have it. And I wasn't educated on it. I didn't go to class that taught me about money or financial literacy. And so I felt very insecure, very dumb around money. And I started just seeking mentors, just people that knew a little bit more than me and started learning from them. I started reading books. I started, I Will Teach You to Be Rich. Ramit Sethi's book helped me get out of my college debt. And I started, okay, let me automate this process instead of paying the bills myself monthly. Let me like one step at a time, 1 month, 1 year at a time. And then I could look back and see how far I'd grown and what I'd accomplished and the inner peace that I gained from learning a little bit.